Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the long and awaited 2017 beauty favorites. So I'm just going to go ahead and quickly start off with our favorites because I have quite a few of products that I want to talk about in this year's favorites. There were some really awesome things that came out, and that leads me to my first product, which is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. Now, this foundation changed my life. It has been my favorite foundation nonstop. I've been wearing this pretty much every single day since I've gotten it. And the awesome thing about this foundation is that even when I do have some texture issues due to my rosacea and my skin reactions, I still can wear this foundation and it still looks absolutely phenomenal. It blurs out those imperfections and literally gives me a faux filter canvas. Now I'm in the color Baklava 340G. Now the primer of the year has to go to Fenty Beauty. I am just obsessed with the way that this worked on my skin, and one of the reasons why I really like this primer as well is because it's very universal to all different types of skin types. So some people have dry skin, it works really good. Some people have combination skin, it works fantastic. Oily skin, it works really good. And it's more of that blurring type of primer where it blurs out your imperfections, kind of conceals those pores and those blemishes, and makes your skin look really nice and really healthy, ready for the foundation. I really want to applaud the brand as a whole. I feel like they are definitely the biggest brand hit for 2017. REINA slayed the game. Her and her team really came in and just crushed things and set new standards for a lot of other makeup companies, and I think that's so awesome because I think that we needed that movement so that we can go forward and start to cater to everybody. I want to talk about a face mist. This is the Vital Greens Face Mist by First Aid Beauty. If you guys know anything about me, you know that I'm a huge lover of First Aid Beauty products. I think First Aid Beauty has some of the best products that I can possibly think of when it comes to skincare, because their skincare is so friendly to all different types of skin, especially my sensitive people. So the reason why I really gravitated towards this was because I was in need of a new setting spray, or just a mist that I could use that would not bother my skin, not irritate it. I was using the Milani Make It Last setting spray at first. Such great stuff. It does keep your makeup in place, but it has alcohol, and it was breaking the crap out of my skin. Like, it was just bursting. And at first I didn't know it was that. I was like, oh, it's probably something else. But somebody actually in the comment section told me that it was probably the Make It Last setting spray, and I was like, maybe they're right. So I went ahead and removed it from my whole situation, and I saw the difference. And that's when they came out with the Vital Greens Face Mist, and I started using this, and it did make a difference to my skin. I like to use it to prep my skin sometimes when I feel like my skin's a little dry, especially my cheek area right now that it's really, really cold out. It does a great job. And then to set it, I just go in and set my skin, and it does prolong the wear of my foundation by a few more hours. If you have sensitive skin and Urban Decay doesn't work for you, Milani doesn't work for you, Tarte setting sprays don't work for you, then you can check this one out, and it will definitely make a difference to your makeup routine and also keep your skin looking beautiful. I have one more skin product to talk about that I almost forgot to mention, and that is my First Aid Beauty Triple Protection First Aid Beauty Triple Protection Skin Tint. Now this had to make the cut for this year's favorite skin tint of mine because this product was so good and it gave me great coverage. And not only that, but it has sunscreen protection, and I know it's super sensitive friendly. So when I first found out that First Aid Beauty was coming out with like a skin tint, something to kind of like give me a clear complexion, I was living, because I always said it on my channel, and I always said it, and I was like, I just hope one day First Aid Beauty comes out with like either a foundation or like a skin tint, something that I can wear in replacement of all these other foundations, because I was just having such a hard time for a while, like trying to figure out what exactly to use just on an everyday basis, because I need something that was going to just be great. So I like to use this a lot when I travel. When I was in California a few months ago, this was all I used. I brought like 3 different foundations, and I didn't use any of those foundations. I just used the skin tint. And even some days when my skin is really struggling and it's irritating the crap out of me, and I'm just like, oh my god, this really hurts, I just go in with this instead of like a typical foundation, and it makes my skin feel so good. And I know that nothing too heavy is on the skin, but it's still giving me that nice beautiful complexion look. So I really am so grateful that First Aid Beauty came out with this stuff, because it just saved my life. It really saved my life this year. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into my palette. So I only have 2 palettes, and these are palettes that you guys have probably not seen in anybody's 2017 favorites videos. And the first one I'm going to talk about is probably one that you guys are going to be like, what the heck, that was not a 2017 favorite. But this is my 2017 favorite, so this is what I personally was loving. And that is the Subculture by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Now, this is a very controversial palette. I know that. I know a lot of people hated it. A lot of people had a lot of problems with it. They did not like the fallout. People were able to make so many videos and just bash Anastasia Beverly Hills for this palette and get an insane amount of views. And that's not how I felt. I actually really loved it. I thought it was a really good palette. I actually used it today to do this eye look. I used the color Mercury and Cube, and I'm digging it. I'm loving the pigmentation. You don't need that much product to just blow this look up and make it look phenomenal. And then the next palette I want to talk about is one that I discovered more towards the end of this year, but automatically made my favorites for 2017, and I'm excited to buy all the other ones. This one is by the Balm Cosmetics. It is Meet Matte Nude, and it literally just has matte shades. And you guys know that towards the end of this year, if you guys watch my videos, I've been obsessed with doing matte eyeshadow looks. I feel like there's something so clean, precise, and crisp about a nice, just blown out matte smoky eye, blown out matte cut crease. Like, there's something so beautiful of just like a matte look. So that's why I was just on the hunt for a really good matte palette, and I found that with this one, it has all the colors that I need. Some really good transition colors, some really good lip colors, and just some really good fun colors in here. So those are my 2 palettes for 2017. Okay, and since we're in the whole section of eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about lashes. So the first lash that I'm gonna talk about is Lily Lashes in style Miami. There's nothing in here because I'm actually wearing them right now. I love these lashes because they are dramatic, but you can still see behind the lash to see my eyeshadow. I feel like there's so many lashes that are super dramatic and gorgeous, but you cannot see behind them because there's too much lash. So it's like, what's the point of me doing these awesome, gorgeous eyeshadow looks if you're not gonna be able to see my eyeshadow? They are around $30, which is pricey for a lash, but they last you forever. So you do not have to go back and keep buying this lash like every week, like the lashes that they sell at the drugstore, like the Ardell Wispies and stuff. These will last you forever as long as you take really good care of them. So I really love these Miami lashes. Now, the next lashes that I want to talk about are by Cake Face Beauty, and they're in the style Cake Face, and they look like this. They're super gorgeous, a little bit more on the natural side as opposed to the ones that I'm wearing right now. And another reason I like these lashes in particular is because a really amazing brand is behind them, which is Cake Face Beauty. It is run by 2 sisters, and I actually found out about these girls from Kim Tai, and she did a lash collaboration with them. She did Lionhearted and she did Audacious, which is a more like natural lash. But the fact that a big YouTuber was able to stand behind a small growing company shows so much on Kim Tai's side, and also shows so much about the Cake Face Beauty group, because those girls, the fact that they're able to just have grown their business so much through their amazing quality lashes and their packaging and their customer service, everything is so awesome, and that's always very admirable. So I really always respect and I really admire people that are on their grind and really making their dreams come true. So Cake Face Beauty, if you haven't checked them out, go check them out. They have really great quality lashes for really good prices, between $7 and $15 being the most expensive lash. So if you don't want to go for the Lily Lashes, then go for this brand, Cake Face Beauty, because you will not regret it. I'm going to talk about another one of my favorites, and this one, like, I really love this stuff from the beginning, and that is the KKW Beauty Contour Kit. Now, some of you guys are probably going to be like, girl, we're sick of Kim K, blah, 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 blah. And you know what? I totally respect your opinion, but you gotta respect mine. And I thought that this was an amazing palette. You get your 2 contoured shades, and then you get your 2 highlight shades. And surprisingly enough, a lot of people were so surprised with how great and pigmented these highlight shades were at the top. Now, she came out with 4 contour kits, and they're each for different types of skin tones, which is awesome. I have the medium shade. Yes, the medium shade. This came with a dual-ended brush, so you have one side to do your highlight and the other side to contour, and I really love the brush as well. But I feel like these are just such wearable contour shades. I tend to use this more like orangey brown one to warm up my forehead, and then I use this darker one when I really want to intensify my contour along my cheekbones. And then the highlight shades, I like to use it when I just want a blinding highlight. I don't have that on right now because I have the highlights that I truly love this year to show you guys, and I'm wearing those. But I find that it's so awesome when you can have a palette that already has your contour shades and your highlight shades, because sometimes you don't want to reach for a bunch of things. Sometimes I'm in a hurry and I just need to keep it within one palette. Now I want to talk about a setting powder that I have just been so obsessed with this year, and that is the AIRSPUN Loose Face Powder by KYLIE. And this stuff I discovered thanks to Patrick Starr. He just like put me on, and I like watching his videos was like, oh my god, I need that stuff in my life. And it wasn't until one day that I went to Walmart and I was just looking for something else, and I like turned around and I saw it and I was like, oh my god, I need that. And it's crazy because before that I was literally stalking every place to find this powder and I could not find it anywhere. And then suddenly when I went to that Walmart, it's like I saw Heaven's Gates. Like I was like, oh my gosh, it's here. So I picked it up, it was $5, and that was just something else that made me so happy. I was like, oh my god, I found it and it's $5 and I don't have to spend money on Laura Mercier anymore. And like I was living that day. And there's so much in here that it will last you so long. So the next product that I want to talk about is my favorite blush for 2017. So you guys know that I've been obsessed with the Milani Luminoso the past like 4 years of my life. I've always been using that, but I discovered the California blush by Benefit Cosmetics this year, and I've been obsessed with this stuff. I feel like it complements my skin so well. It doesn't make me look like a clown, which is always my worry, because I feel like I need a blush that's going to be a little bit more on the lighter side but still bright enough where you can see it. And I feel like this is exactly what it does. It blends right into my skin so well. It's super pigmented, so I don't have to worry about it being like too bright or like too intense. I feel like it gives me that perfect little pop of color that I need. So now I'm going to talk about my favorite highlighters of 2017. So this year I feel like I wasn't so obsessed over highlighters as I was the past few years. So the first one that just completely changed my life, and that was the KYLIE Cosmetics Loose Highlighter in Fiji. Now when Fiji first came out was in her summer collection and it sold out immediately, so I was unable to get it. It was $14, which is a really good price, but I was like, oh my gosh, when am I gonna get this again? So this went on sale again during the Halloween season, except it was in a black packaging now, and I was like, this is my chance to get it. And I'm wearing it right now, and you can see how beautiful that highlight looks. It complements my skin so well. But I really found that the Maybelline Master Chrome, this one right here, from the get-go, it just gave me that gorgeous highlight, and that's what I'm wearing as well. So I first went in with this one, and then I went in with some Fiji, and I was like living. But it's along the same lines. I feel like this is like the perfect color as well, and I just love how pigmented this was. I feel like Maybelline did such a good job coming out with this product, because I feel like it just game changed a lot of things. So many people were talking about this, rightfully so though, because it was a really good highlighter. So now I'm just hoping that Maybelline expands this Master Chrome collection and adds more highlighting shades, because I feel like this one is really nice, but I feel like some people may not like this to highlight for their skin tones. Okay, so now I have to talk about my brow products. So this year I discovered the REINA Rebelde eye paint, which was like a life changer for me. Like I mentioned, I was so tired of using the same thing. I feel like there comes a point where you use something so much that you're like, okay, I need to try something new. Like I know this has always worked for me, but it's time to just venture out. And maybe some of you guys aren't like that. Some of you guys like to stick to the same thing. But when it comes to makeup, I kind of like to change it up every few years or so. So I was using the Dip Brow for the longest time that I was like, it's time for change. So I came across this one, and the reason why I like it so much is because it's a great color for me. It's in the color Frida, which is awesome for my brows, and it stays on all day long, which I feel like is hard. I feel like a lot of people try to make that pomade type of consistency, but they struggle with having something that's going to stay on for a long time and that lasting power. I feel like the lasting power is what matters the most to me, especially when it's like summertime and it's super hot out and I need my brows to stay in place. Like I don't want my brows to be coming off. No. I need something that's going to stay on, stay creamy, and just look phenomenal. So Reina Rebelde really offered that with their eyebrow paint. I just love it because these brows needed something new in their life, and that's exactly what they got. So I would really recommend Reina Rebelde. And then the next brow product that changed my life completely in 2017 was Benefit's Precisely My Brow. Now, aside the fact that this packaging is so beautiful, like, let's take a minute for the fact that this really changed my life. So what I like to do with this pencil, and this is also in the shade number 6, I like to just outline my brow first underneath, then draw hair-like strokes, and then use the Reina Rebelde pomade to fill everything else in and really lock it in. And I find that me using these two products in my routine is so amazing. And whenever I do want to do a very simple, like, slayed out brow, I just use this pencil, I draw it, and then I start to kind of fill in those sparse areas, draw my hair-like strokes, and it still gives me this nice, like, precise, sharp look, but it gives it more like of a subtle, natural look, if you know what I mean. This is definitely one of my favorite products of 2017. So now I'm going to talk about some lip products. So the first one I want to talk about is the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip. And this one is Take a Pixie. Now, I've heard so many different point of views about ColourPop lipsticks. When they first started, I heard that their lipsticks were not that great, that they were super drying, that you literally get what you pay for, which, I mean, you pay $5 for a lipstick. So, I mean, I was kind of like, okay, I get it. Let me just spend like $25 on a liquid lipstick from, you know, other brands. So I was kind of scared to just jump on that bandwagon. So this year, ColourPop started launching really cool stuff, had some really good collaborations. So I was like, you know what, let me just go ahead and go for this. So I went ahead and tried this color, like I mentioned, Take a Pixie. It's what I'm wearing right now. I'm wearing a gloss over it. But I was so impressed. It was so comfortable. It was so light on the lips. You know, when you get a liquid lipstick that's super light, that's not like heavy, you can feel it just crushing your lips and making them look wrinkly. That's not what this was doing at all. It was actually making my lips feel smooth, plump, and also making my lips feel super lightweight. Ever since then, I've been buying so many ColourPop lipsticks. So then the next one is my JOUER lip topper, and this was in the shade Tan Lines. Now, I purchased this a few months ago when I purchased the JOUER foundation, the high coverage foundation. And I wasn't going to purchase this, but I've heard so many people rave about these lip toppers that I was like, let me just go ahead and try one out. So I wanted to try the darker one out because I feel like I can just wear this by itself and it'll still look really nice. You can see it kind of has like that like brownie consistency right there. And like I mentioned, the reason I got it was because you can see right there, it would still look really good if it was on by itself, but it looks phenomenal when you have a lip color underneath it. Now, I do want to say that I feel like 2017 was definitely the year that people started busting out glosses. I feel like 2015, 16 were years of that matte lip. Everybody loved the matte lip, but I feel like slowly but surely people are moving out of the matte lip and moving more into like matte lip with a gloss on top of it, or just a clear gloss on, because I feel like it's super fresh and super just girly. So I feel like that's been the mood for 2017, a glossy lip. So that concludes my 2017 favorites. And if you guys enjoyed watching this video, thumbs it up. Let me know that you guys enjoyed watching these type of videos. If you guys want to see a December favorites, also let me know, because you guys know I love to do those like try on tutorial, talk through favorite videos. Those are my favorite to do now. I can definitely do that for you guys because I did have a lot of December favorites, and I obviously wasn't gonna include them all in here because these were just things that really meant a lot to me this year. So that's that. And what else do I want to say? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Come on, let's be a family here on YouTube. And I know you wouldn't want to miss the fun that I have going on this channel, because I always bring you guys the best foundation reviews, best makeup tutorials, and best of a lot of stuff that's gonna happen this year. So I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. So stay tuned for that. And I'm gonna let you go do what you wanna do now. Bye guys.